JP, them a go do when and do. JP, you're big and you're large. Controversy upon them again. I don't know since I will come out.
Hello, JPU. Welcome to an episode of Jamaica Politics Uncovered. If you are just joining this platform, welcome. Returning subscribers, welcome back. Guys, thank you for your patience. Everybody, good evening. Confirm in the chat. Confirm. And let me know if you can hear me. Tari, good night. Confirm. Confirm, everybody. We have a whole heap of things to talk about here, so. It's been a busy news day today. Yeah, confirm. When you come in, you say confirm. In the meantime, all who never over here last night, this happen.
Watch him a crawl like worm.
Yes, guys, yes, welcome back. It confirm. I can't tell you no from morning. The people them not stop call and say, hey, we want that dub there now. But I can't just keep out some people. I can't just do that. You understand? But I appreciate the feedback. The people them say them love it. So this is the anthem now, the introduction for over here until further notice. Guys, if you are just joining this platform for the first time, welcome. Returning subscribers, welcome back. If you have not subscribed, please do. Silent listeners, you too, welcome back. So, I don't know if you guys heard today, the Constitutional Court of Jamaica made a ruling, which I'm sure some of you may have heard about. So them say that the states of emergencies that were implemented by the government from 2018 until the last SOE, they said that it was unconstitutional. Well, the Supreme Court can say what they want. I mean, the Constitutional Court can say what they want. I have an answer to that. And I'm sure the Jamaican people do too. My response, JPU's response to the Supreme Court, is that we don't care. We do not care if the Constitutional Court of Jamaica thinks that the SOEs were unconstitutional. Why do I say that? It's not that I don't have any regard for the law or for the Constitution, but when we have a country that is up against some of the worst, I can't have a talk when I want to talk upon you, so. But you know where may I go with that. When you have a country where you have these domestic people, we have caused mayhem and I wipe out 1,300, 1,400, 1,500 people a year. You do what you have to do. Yes, that's where I stand. You do what you have to do. And yes, the SOEs were implemented. And we don't sorry. We do not sorry at this point today. We have a homicide rate of 40% lower. So what are we sorry about? We're not sorry. Now the PNP can go and do their victory lap if they want to. But I guarantee you that the Jamaican people won't be doing no victory lap with them because the Jamaican people have eyes can see that the homicide rate has come down in Jamaica. And that is as a result of the SOEs, the ZOSO, the more money what is being spent on national security, the manpower, the recruitment of more people in the force, the resources, all of it is a combination of efforts. And we don't sorry and we don't regret nothing. including the SOEs. That's where JPU stand on the matter of the constitutional ruling today. We're not sorry. Now, you have the PNP who are make them victory lap. Satan Campbell. Constitutional Court rules multiple SOEs declared between 2018 and 2023 were unconstitutional. Like I said, we do not care over here. We just want the crime keep going down. And if we have to come with more SOE, I am for it. So all of them I want to see them are putting on news and sit. We not look upon them there. What we are look upon is the data before us, which is that crime is down. And we are glad to have a very serious police commissioner who now run a joke with the gang leader them, the contract killer them, the robber and thief them, and them people there. We not run a joke with them. Right there, so. So if we have to put more SOE, that is what is going to happen. Now I saw something happen in Jamaica today. History. Because I never see this yet in Jamaica. If you want to see, tell me. I see some people come out over Job Lane in a Spanish town where the little girl, little 9-year-old was unalive and molested by the man who the police take out. And see them here, the residents are saying, thanks. We are extending our deepest thanks to the JCF for their commitment and protection. Molesters, stop taking our children innocent. I don't know about you guys, but I have never in history seen in Jamaica where residents and citizens anywhere come out, come heal police. We don't do that in Jamaica. And nowadays, me say, Jamaican people are stand up and side with police. And this is one such instance. So, the police, them when the Jamaica Constabulary Force, you do the right thing to protect the nation. Big up on yourself. I want to say, guys, we appreciate them. It could have worse. After the fact say it don't worse, we are big them up. Yes, if we need more SOE, we are going to put more SOE and we're going to advocate for more SOE. You can't put limitations on SOE. People, lose their minds and they want to wreak havoc. Sometimes you have to do that. That's just how it is. So, the PNP, them not really understand when to rejoice and when not to rejoice, So, them a look for a win right now. Any little thing them gone out there, you can't rejoice over something like this. When you look on the crime rate and so the crime rate come down, you can go out there, go rejoice. You know no sense, man. Them should just stay silent. So, I don't know, not try to paint the Prime Minister of Jamaica as somebody who goes around and violates people's rights. That's not true. The Prime Minister and the Security Minister did what they had to do. That's what it came down to. Maybe if the PNP did I use SOE and ZOSO from when the crime rate is down by now, maybe if Bunting had the guts, maybe if Bunting had the courage to think big and do big things, he would have done something like that. And we would have been ahead of the game right now when it comes on to bringing down our crime. What this shows is that Andrew Holness is a real man. Andrew Holness has more courage. Not just him, but the National Security Minister and all of the people them the head of security of Jamaica. Them have courage. That's what that shows, That shows that the PNP is soft on crime. And the Jamaica Labour Party, led by Andrew Holness, is tough on crime. That's what that shows. So the situation is very clear. The government doesn't need to make no apology because everything that they did, including the state of emergencies, it'll bear fruit. We don't talk about that. So the Constitutional Court coming out with this now, I would say it's a flop. Honestly, it is a major flop. We just want the numbers them to keep trending down with the homicide rate. And that's all we are looking on. That is it. Guys, let me show you something. You never see smoke without fire, you know. You are looking at Kevin Stevenson, prosecutor from over the Integrity Commission, who went after the Prime Minister relentlessly and came up with nothing. Look at the conflict of interest. This looks like the opposition leader's office. He's standing there drinking a beer, talking to Mark. And if you look at the body language of the two, something very cynical. Mark Golding, to me, as I observe, saying something to Kevin when not supposed to say. And Kevin looking on as if to say, boy, I mean, I know, something like that. But this is not a good picture. And we see the outcome, the two of them falling by the wayside. Because Kevin, I think, is midnight tonight film contract up. I was told, allegedly, about a month ago, that he will be running for a seat on a PNP ticket. After this, we will see. But we're done with the IC now. Because IC show them hand already that they are in bed with Mark Golding. And that is not the purpose of the IC to take any political side, to take down anybody politically. So when you destroy the IC, thanks to Mark Golding and people like Kevin and Pantan, when you destroy the IC, you should have shame on yourself. Nobody has any more confidence in the Integrity Commission of Jamaica because they have no integrity. Even the few people over there that may have some integrity, it just shines a very bad, negative light on the whole organization. That is the truth of the matter. I want you guys to hear. Let me just reverse a little bit. Forgot to show this to you guys. In the Senate today, Peter Bunting, as we expected, didn't have the decency to apologize for misleading the parliament. He was in there harping on the result of the Constitutional Court. But this is what Senator Aubrey Hill had to say today. Have a listen, guys.
Well, look at us now, as Nesbitt would say. We have a country 40% down in murders. Now, who cannot be happy of that? Who cannot be happy of that? I remember when the SOEs are going on, and I have the highest respect for our judiciary. I go around the world and sell it as something that why you should invest in Jamaica. So I have the highest respect for it. But I remember when the SOEs were going on and how the Jamaican people needed that relief. So don't tell me, I respect the court, but as a policymaker, it was, I give them respect. I've already said that. You're not listening. Listen. So I'm saying to you that, Mr. President, I am pleased to see where we are today, and every step that we've taken has led us to a place where we can say today, this is where we are. Not only are we 40% down this year, but we're 19% down in the same period the year before. So we are doing well. That's how we manage. And you know something, you talk about the courts and the judiciary, something that I sell. They must really love what we have. Because in the constitutional change, they have blocked anything that we do to get to a place where we can finish this. So in other words, the blocking means that the Privy Council in England stay in place.
Yeah, Bunting was in there. Him didn't want to address the matter of lying and misleading the parliament Friday of last week. So this is why yesterday Senator stood up and made that profound comment about the current status of crime, particularly homicides in Jamaica. I don't think anybody in Jamaica tonight is rejoicing about the ruling of the Constitutional Court. Like I said, there may come a time, again, where we need to use states of emergencies. So any government that is there must not be deterred. If the situation calls for it, go ahead and do it because it is a matter of national security. Simple as that. So the government has what they need to stand tall in the face of the ruling of the Constitutional Court. Now I want to show you guys something. Me know someone must see that something here. Very disturbing image here. Some man, road rage took place, and him and a nurse got physical, and that's him right there with him foot on the woman head a ground. Now me see the transmission people them have this picture going around. The man right there, so to the far left, he's the one who had his foot on the nurse's head. And the transmission them of this a go around on social media. I don't know what they're trying to do because it cannot be that they're saying Andrew Holness condones this or supports this. Cannot be. Because me sure no say them never hear Andrew Holness a cover up for what this man do or have anything to say about it. As a matter of fact, I think FLA take him firearm. Came back gone out there too. And them same people there, you're not going to see them post this. You're not going to see them post Mark Golding walking with Silvera who take out Melissa brutally, viciously, cold-bloodedly. Mark Golding, who after Melissa was taken out, imposed a picture of Silvera and Melissa saying condolence to Silvera. To this day, Mark Golding did not come out and say, Jamaica, I am sorry, I was not trying to cover this murder. Mark Golding called it an unfortunate incident rather than call it a murder. Mark Golding no got Melissa funeral. So what are you people saying? Uno we take picture of the Prime Minister and this a low life here and I post it. Why me couldn't never post that one here beside that too? Uno fool, man. Uno fool, uno bigger fool. God no. No, sir. Anyway, the talk of the town is still Morant Bay. Right now, me I hear say Morant Bay go get university people. Wanna hear? There's gonna be a university in Morant Bay. Uno soon see more and more people are move to Morant Bay. I'll go St. Thomas, people. Yes, this is good for the parish of St. Thomas. You're going to see more and more people going to St. Thomas, like St. Thomas is the first city. Uno na yes a urban center ago there Negril. Yeah man, big things are going on. CJ saying would love to meet me. CJ, aren't you a riser? Are you a riser? Cause I don't trust you, Nina. My apology if you're not a riser, but I could have swear you're a riser. Me have to be careful. Yes, man, it confirm. I diss some of the people them. Them a post a picture here with the Prime Minister. Because through them ears say it confirm over here last night. Problem.
Beat them but make them learn. Watch them a crawl like worm.
Yes, no matter what wanna talk, so no matter what wanna do, it confirm. Yeah. Taking a picture with somebody that not really really prove nothing. So that fall flat as usual. Can't be a fool in the shouldn't do. Now, where Bunting is concerned, may I ask all of the protesters them to meet Bunting at Parliament Friday I come. Because Bunting thinks him slick. I don't know when bother come at Parliament today for you know. Him thinks him slick. Let me just read you what Senator Morgan had to say after Bunting went to the Parliament and completely ignored the fact that he misled the Parliament. According to Senator Morgan, spokesman for the JLP, the Communication Task Force, he said that he was calling on Peter Bunting, opposition senator, to apologize for allegedly misleading Parliament about the state of construction work at one of the country's primary schools. The call follows allegations that remedial works at Prattville Primary and Infant School are being held up due to delays on the part of government in paying the contractor, and that the education minister is being misled by the technocrats in the ministry regarding the status of the construction project. Morgan says it was a reckless and factually incorrect assertion, as there's no submission for payment by the contractor that is outstanding. Quote, Senator Peter Bunting used the cover of Parliament to peddle what has now emerged to be a patently false assertion, which appears to have been made without credible basis or verified information to embarrass the government and score cheap political points for the PNP, which is a fact, guys. He continued on. The contractor in question was subsequently publicly contradicted Bunting's assertion, as indicated that he had been a supporter of Bunting's political party, and stated categorically that Bunting's allegation is false and irresponsible. If Bunting has any sense of decency, like we said over here, it would be only right for him to withdraw his false and damaging assertions at last Friday's sitting of the Senate and apologize for misleading the Parliament and the people of Jamaica. Senator Morgan alleged that the comments are the latest in a string of falsehoods being peddled by the PNP. Quote, in what is now appearing as a deliberate and calculated attempt to deceive and mislead the people of Jamaica into again entrusting them with state power, unquote. The senator maintained that Jamaica deserves a better type of politics, which we over here agree with, which is far removed from what he described as the deceptive and outdated approach being utilized by the opposition. Guys, this man has no integrity. Bunting is nothing but a political clown. Nothing they do we must take serious. Nothing they do we must consider it to be credible. They belong in a circus, not in our parliament. Time and time again, they've proved themselves that they do not take the business of the Jamaican people serious. They don't have any respect for the Jamaican people enough to even tell the truth. They don't have any respect for people who are business people like the contractor. Bunting is the epitome of what we call a bad breed. No good for the country, no purpose. So I applaud the senator for putting this on the record. Since Bunting chose to ignore and pretend as if what he did was not wrong, it is on the record. I believe this is the Jamaica Observer. Yes, it is. Where Senator Morgan's letter was published. So it's on the record, Bunting. Don't worry yourself. Keep it up. We never expected nothing better from you, you know. Because several people over here did say, you know, have the decency. You're not a decent human being. You are a vile, what Liz called a slum dog. So this is how you operate. What a shame and disgrace. And here again, a citizen of Jamaica, a so-called senator can go in a Senate, go tell all kind of lie and call up your name and implicate you and them something there. And things can reach you and not even the decency if you come apologize or draw back their statement, they never do. So they can put your life, your safety, and your livelihood in jeopardy. They care zero. These people don't deserve your vote. They're not in there protecting you. They're not in the Senate as they should be legislating anything. They're only in there to bring down people. Like how them bring down the PNP. Them a demon. So all of who in a central Manchester want to cast a vote for this agent of the devil. Want to go right ahead. Go right ahead and think they can't too, you know. I know Mr. Robinson alone, you know. Them don't care. They don't have respect for people. And this is why the people them vote them out. Them coming back now. Undermining the people, because when the people are going to vote out you in a central and you're going to draw your sorry self, go over south. You don't have respect for people. Because what you do now, you insult the people them intelligence because you feel like say boy the people them know you and know say you not put in no work, you not do what is right by the people. You know think say South Manchester people them intelligent enough to know that and make an educated decision. So right then and there now a big disrespect to the people. So South Manchester people I want to run him way. And me tell you last night say him down at South Manchester campaigning on Prattville Primary School saying that he's the one who will make work go on down there. That is their style of politics. I'm gonna open the phone line just a little bit. I want to hear what you guys think about the constitutional court and what they had to say. I have to find my phone. I remember which part it there. Now hold on. Oh, I know where it is. Give me a second, guys. Let me grab the phone and then I will open up the phone line.
Well, look at us now, as Nesbitt would say. We have a country 40% down in murders. Now, who cannot be happy of that? Who cannot be happy of that? I remember when the SOEs are going on, and I have the highest respect for our judiciary. I go around the world and sell it as something that why you should invest in Jamaica. So I have the highest respect for it. But I remember when the SOEs were going on and how the Jamaican people needed that relief. So don't tell me, I respect the court, but as a policymaker, it was, I give them respect. I've already said that. You're not listening.
Yes, guys, I'm back. So the phone line is open. If anybody want to call, welcome to the program. You guys, one of my friend called me today and tell me, say, then go on Wikipedia. And when they look for Mark Golden profile over there, then she say editing go on, where it say him was born in England. And them say, no, it has been edited to say him born in Kingston, Jamaica. So here one now. I don't really know, because the only thing that Mark Golden has to do and the PNP has to do is come out with Mark Golden birth paper and done the argument. And the argument is not going to finish until the people see the evidence, see the proof that Mark Golding was born where he said he was born. Allow me to tell. No joke. Let me read some of these comments in the meantime. Yes, St. Thomas refresh. What I don't understand, why the parliament allow him to speak without apologizing for the false utterances he makes against the contractor. Parliament should never let him speak. And that make Prudence, you know me, I wonder the same thing too. Or is it that the president of the Senate no hold him accountable? As so Senate supposed to run? You can't come in, they can't say anything and nobody know. Nobody no hold you accountable. Or, I mean, it's not a place that you should freely be able to go and mislead the country. So me want somebody, one senator call over here, I explain it to it. Senator Morgan or any senator, anybody who know. How is it that one can go into the Senate and mislead the country without being held accountable in one way or another? That should not happen. That shouldn't be accepted. Makes no sense. Mark Golden needs to provide his birth certificate for proof of country of birth. Very simple. And someone who is reluctant to do that, it causes more suspicion. At least it does for me. Yes, Peter, kangaroo Senate for true. And them understand, say, when Bunting can do them something and get away with it, when do I undermine the Senate, Yeah, I undermine the Senate, because we have confidence in our institution when no accountability. People can just go there and tell life on citizens, no, but who is holding Bunting accountable and defending the citizens of Jamaica? Because if I did me don't want somebody hold him accountable, since as a citizen you can't. You understand? Is there any reason why the government must abide by the court ruling? I don't think the government has to do anything. And what is, I think what them said, 2018 to 2023? Government doesn't have to do anything. Was Golding homeschooled? Nobody knows. We don't know why everything is such a mystery. No, guys, I want to talk to you about something. Jamaica is supposed to be a Christian country. Mark Golding is a Jew. I don't have nothing against Jews, so I don't want nobody say I discriminate Jew. But as a Christian country people, what do you expect from a leader with Jewish values? Do you know enough about Jewish people and Jewish faith and their principles and how they do things? This is a conversation that we need to have. What would a Jewish-led Jamaica look like? Very interesting. Mexican president, she's also a Jew. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'm just saying in Jamaica, we are overwhelmingly a Christian majority. I don't think people in Jamaica know one Jewish person because there's such a small community in Jamaica. There used to be a lot more Jews in Jamaica based on history, but I don't think there's 100. Let me look. Because Mark Golding hasn't come out and talk about his values and principles as a Jewish person. Maybe that would bring clarity. There are around 200 to 500 Jewish people in Jamaica. Coming from a time when there were about 22,000 people, Jewish people living on the island. The community dwindled over time due to various factors like assimilation. That's exactly what we're talking about here. Immigration and intermarriage. Most of the remaining Jewish community is concentrated in Kingston. So you see, the Jewish community dwindled down partly because of assimilation. That's interesting, but not surprising. He needs to come out and talk about his Jewish faith, what it means to him, so that Jamaica people can understand him. The assimilation problem is real. Assimilation is the process of taking in and fully understanding something. So what it's basically saying is that the Jamaican majority never really understood the Jewish faith and what it meant or anything. Maybe they didn't care to explain it or to kind of campaign to recruit more Jews. I don't know. Jewish people are not that sociable. When I lived in New York, where there was a big Jewish community, they just stayed to themselves. They never really socialize or interact much with people who are not Jews. That's how they are. I don't know why. I'm not passing any judgment. I'm just speaking about my experience and observation with the Jewish community. And I can see that a little bit with Mark Golding. in that he's been in politics since about 2007. I saw? No. Well, I mean, the politics from the 90s, really. And most people didn't know anything about him, or nobody knew anything about him until him became a PNP president. So he has held a position of staying to himself, always in the shadows, never really out there interacting with the people and them something. That's how Mark Golding has always been. So that's very Jewish. But he was very much involved in the money, the finsack, and them something there. Come over here with you tell me say them are Jew, you know. And they say, if you tell you the truth, Jewish people, they only business with money and control. That is Mark Golding to the T. Money and control of the PNP. Remember Mark Golding, he come tell Jamaica, say Peter Phillips is not electable, you know. Mark Golding come tell Jamaica 1 year before the general election that his leader, Dr. Peter Phillips, was unelectable. And if somebody comes to that about Mark Golding, them want to chop off them head. Yes. And in my opinion, he's far less electable than Dr. Peter Phillips. Peter Phillips was shocked. He said, I didn't know he felt that way. Well, yeah, he does. And he won't say it to you, but he'll say it to the country. Embarrass you. You know, that's the kind of person he is. Anyway, guys, look like we're gonna wrap up a little early tonight. We'll catch up again on Monday. I hope you all have a good weekend. Thank you for joining. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Moderator, why are you asking why? What are you asking, I should say? Too early. Yeah. I don't think so. But I appreciate you guys stopping by and hanging out all the time. That's good. Hopefully we won't have anything crazy happen, you know, between now and then. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, man, it confirm. May I get some very good feedback on it dub over here. It confirm. What was the topic? You just come. You have to go rewind, my love. Big up on yourself, people. Thank you all so much for joining. I'll talk to you guys again on Monday. I'm gonna reach out to Lawrence Road this weekend. Digital Diamond, you work with police now. Not that me have anything against police, but you ask me say which part me I go. Yeah, you know. All right. Good night, people. Monday we will talk, but I will, be looking out and see if anything, Big up on yourself and be safe. We'll catch up, guys. Take care of yourselves. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe.
The vision of Dr. the Honorable. Thank you. Thank you for your vision. Truly, I said I'm a fan of many people, but I stalk your Instagram page, sir, to see what is next for Jamaica. And truly, I've become a fan. Surely your history is going to be next to none. And not because we've met at several events, or I am a Labourite or a PNP. I'm just saying the work that you are doing is next to none. I've been to all kind of countries, from America to Canada. And when you talk about development,
like worm.
Well, look at us now, as Nesbitt would say. We have a country 40% down in murders. Now, who cannot be happy of that? Who cannot?